morning, my friends. Today is the second podcast that we're making with our friends in here. My name is Sasha, and we have Sal Ramazzini in here and Nicole Lamberg. And we have a lot of new stuff to share with you.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, rock and rollers. So we just want to start by giving you guys a little update of what's happening. Right now, we're ready to tell you that the That's All I Do video is ready. We're gonna be releasing it this month. So be sure to check our YouTube channel and be sure to check our social media, our Facebook and our Instagram, just to be up to date with all the posts and all the stuff regarding the music video and regarding our podcast and other information of the band.
Man, like what was the year that we filmed it?
That's all I
216
do.
or 215? I mean, it's been more than a year that we finished, not finished, but actually filmed this video. So
It's been a
yeah,
while, yeah. It's been there for a while, just sitting and waiting. So yeah, we can. I mean, we're so excited to finally release it and show you guys. It's a great song as well. Be sure to check it out in our iTunes if you haven't, or check it out in our Spotify channel.
that's the song that closed the Beverly Hills record. So what else we have? We have
Update on Femme Fatale video. We
yeah,
finished accepting videos, guys. Thank you so much to every single one of you who submitted your videos. They were really creative. They were cool. We're really happy and excited to tell you that we have enough material to make an amazing lyric video for all y'all.
how many videos do we have? Like more than 40? Okay, it's silent Michelle just said that
Come on, do
she
you know how
doesn't know
many?
anything, but it's okay.
Okay, what is your favorite one?
80. She
I
said
like the one
80.
with the guy dancing naked while playing guitar.
Oh,
She
no.
likes the
Okay,
one.
girls.
Okay. And yeah, moving on, I just want to remind you all to check out our social media. We're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, we're on Spotify. That's the Gitas, Gitas. If you're listening to the podcast, you can read it. Everything underneath the description of this video, you're going to find every single link to what we're talking about, the conspiracy of the week, and also Sasha's segment, Song for a Day, Playlist for a Lifetime. So today's subject, we're going to be talking about, do you believe in ghosts? And if you do, if you have a story.
Do you believe in ghosts? Do you believe in ghosts? Go, 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 go.
I see dead people. I see naked people.
Okay,
I believe in
okay.
ghosts.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I do believe in ghosts.
Nicole, you believe in ghosts? Yes.
Do you
Three.
believe in ghosts, Sasha?
Yeah, I actually saw a couple of them. So yeah, I have a story about it. I have a lot of stories as well from my friends too. My personal story happened to me when I was in the second grade. So I was 8 years old or something like this, and I went to this camp, summer camp, and I was the only person for that evening.
Wait, you went to summer camp? You were
Stay.
at summer camp like
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
Like Boy Scout summer camp?
Kinda, yeah, kinda. It was in my hometown, Chernihiv, actually the town where a lot of witches and a lot of weird, like mystic shit's going on. And it is like Chernihiv. It's like a black mountain, kind of. If you want to shorten these two words, it's gonna be like a black
So it
mountain.
means Black Mountain. That's what it translates to?
Kind of like some people says that it's like this. Somebody has different opinions, but I mean we have a lot of mystic and dark things going on in our
In this territory of... But why? Like,
yeah.
was it like maybe there were like witchcraft back in the day? Like, what's the story? What's like the
I
background
mean,
story of Chernihiv?
we have a lot of these old ladies, like witches, I would say, who can who can uh, who can make whatever you ask them.
Fall in love,
Yeah,
die,
the-
death, everything.
yeah, whatever you want, you can just pay a little bit of money, and or they can like try to heal you or or something like this. Actually, sometimes they can heal you, but it's like imagine the balloon, like a small balloon in your hand, and you squeeze it, and then something comes out of here, like a bubble comes of this side, and you push in this balloon, but it comes from other side. So that's how they heal you. So they can take out something out of you, but
Something else.
another things happen.
So they
happening.
heal you with another disease, basically.
Kinda.
Black magic.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're in this part of Ukraine, Chernihiv. and
I mean, I was born
oh, yeah,
there.
you were born there.
Yeah.
Black Mountain man.
Yeah. So I came to this camp, and I was the only one person staying overnight in the room for 9 people, and nobody there. It's night. It's in like a forest kind of territory area, and it's super scary and cold, and I hear sounds and everything. I've heard I've heard the sound of like some like a hole, like a wolf howling. And I walked out the door, and I saw the dog staring at me with the green fluorescent like green eyes. And I was scared as, oh my god. So I was crying and screaming like the half of night, and then I fell asleep. And the next day, those people came, like the rest of kids came. So it was 9 people in the room total, and the whole day something was happening. The whole day we heard like somebody's on the roof doing something, jumping there, like walking here and there. The hanger for the jackets just fell down, like boom. And the door, like in the movies, the door was like boom, boom, banging. So after this crazy second day, it was the third day, and we went to the park, and we heard the weird bird singing something, but it was like unusual. And the guy said, "Okay, my grandmother, she's a witch." And she says, if you hear this sound and you notice something bad is going to happen to you. We're like, oh, okay, whatever. So, and then we came to this park, and in this park they have this like roller coasters, like a small one, different like kids.
Like a child park with all like the little games and like the slides.
Yeah, kind of like this. And they had this boat.
But Soviet Union style.
Yeah. So it's the boat, and you're in the boat, and the boat is hanging from the construction, and it like swing. And you standing there, you sitting there, like whatever. You just like swing on the huge boat. And we would go there.
Oh, I understand. Like the roller coaster boats. Like
Yeah,
the ones
like,
that swing from left.
Yeah, but it's like for two people.
Yeah, for kids.
Yeah, and you swing it by yourself. You actually push it by yourself. So we would go super high, like the highest point of you can make it. And somehow I just opened my hands. I don't know why it happened. I just opened my hands, and I would fell down back to this boat. Because it was like, so I was on top.
You're at the top. You're at the highest point. And you like fell
and I
down
was
from
like,
the highest top.
like was falling down, and this guy swing one side and other side, and then boom, came back, and I fell down to this guy, and I mean it was crazy. It was crazy. I broke my hand, and spent actually
Your arm or your hand?
Arm, like shoulder, like right here. And
Jesus.
yeah, and it was bad. It was 3 months of treatment actually. One month was just I was laying in the bed. So that what happened to me. That's basically what happened to me.
So, a recap of your story. You saw the dog with the green eyes at night. You felt like there was like a demon in the room.
You know, first of all, I felt something. First of all, I felt
a presence, like something was in the room.
Like, yeah, not only in the room, but in the area. It was weird, and I actually asked, like, I don't want to stay alone in this room. He's like, can you imagine? I'm in the huge room and I'm alone, and it's the forest, and the next house is, let's say, like 100 feet. It's kind of weird, scary, by itself, without ghosts.
So
For
you're-
kid, for
I mean,
like,
you're
yeah.
so that you're there by yourself, and then what intrigues me a lot
mean,
is like
you know
this
what-
dog. You talk about this dog, you know.
Yeah.
You know, in Guatemala, we also have a belief about like a demon dog called el cadejo.
Okay.
And it's interesting. It's really interesting that you saw this. You had this encounter because there's stories in Guatemala, but instead of having green eyes in Guatemala, they said he has like red demonic eyes. So I mean,
Classic.
classic, yeah, cliche. Bravo, Hollywood.
Mine was kind of acid, probably acid dog.
Acid dog.
Yeah.
Whoa. So you broke your arm and then
And then I spent a month in the hospital, laying on my back. And after that, it was actually weird. I was in like this position, weird one, laying on my back.
flying eagle position.
Yeah, and then after this month, I they took the, I don't know how it's called. I had the string in my head, in my elbow right here. So it was a string, you know.
Yeah,
It's
like a
corset
cable.
or how it is called. I don't know. So yeah, they took the string out and put the how it is called.
Cast.
Yeah, and put the cast, and I would I would spend a month more with the cast like this. I had the construction on my body, and after that, one more month to get my uh to get like my ability to move
Your arm, and then
my
physical
arm. Yeah,
therapy and do all that shit.
yeah.
I mean, God, Sasha's ghost story has a lot of pain involved in hospital, and it's 666 definitely.
What's yours, man?
Okay, I was probably 8 or 9 years old when my grandpa passed away, and I remember we were sitting down, me and my brother at the dinner table. We were eating pizza, and we had like a window literally like sorry on this side, the left side, on this side of the table, and we're sitting down there eating, and I remember telling my brother like, oh, I wish that I could have said goodbye to grandpa, and we started having like small talk about it. Like I remember just saying something about like he gave us cookies and just good things about him. And the next thing you know, I turn around to like I felt like a presence in the window, and I turn around and my grandpa was like standing literally in front of me, like looking at me, and he grabbed his scarf from his jacket and he threw it to the window, like straight at me.
Wow.
And I remember just screaming at the top of my lungs, like dying, death, like something took me. My brother as well screamed. We both got under the table. My mother came like running downstairs. What's happening? What's happening? She had to like beat my ass to like get me back into consciousness because I was like in shock,
Mhm.
pale. I became white, like you guys.
Racist.
I mean, it was really intense, but the story gets freaky because we had a maid at the time working in our house, and ever since she came to the house, like weird shit started happening. Like one morning, my mother used to open the faucet for the water, and she would hear women screaming, or women like in pain. How do you say that? Moaning?
Yeah. It's you see.
No, that's
it's
not.
kinda
That's sexual, right? Or
moaning. No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying
Oh,
to correct myself here. Jesus
oh man,
Christ.
it's a broken language show.
I
Don't
know.
forget about
Remember,
that.
yeah. Don't never forget about that, guys. It's a broken English show. Está bien? Está bien. So yeah, the thing is that weird shit started happening ever since this housemate started working with us. The thing with the faucet, then me seeing my grandpa. There was like always weird vibes in the kitchen. So for there's Holy Week in Guatemala. Usually that's when the Lord Jesus Christ passed away. And
Okay.
you get like a week of vacation to go party and drink your soul out because that's what the Lord wants. So she went on vacation and my mom decided to clean her room. As she is cleaning her room, she opens one of the closet doors and finds bat heads and different animal parts hanging and voodoo shit and weird signs under her bed as well. Like I'm talking like the whole demonic the cliche thing, you know? My mom was completely freaked out. So I don't know if my encounter had something to do with the fact that there was like a weird person maybe opening gates in my home, but ever since she left, like everything was back to normal in my house. But that was
For
like
sure, I think
intense.
it's the energy. You like making black magic. I remember a story when I was kind of into like Satanism a little bit.
Okay.
So
Great to know.
and we would do was the guys we would learn this satanic mantras and make this pentacles it's called or whatever
The
from the
five.
lamp skin and yeah,
Wow.
and we would make our classmates cough and all this.
What?
Yeah, we
Like
would
you would
be
like
we
make
would
black magic?
we would sit and like would kind of pronounce these mantras a little bit in the classroom from the back seats and be like thinking about the person and we're doing kind of this shit. And it worked out, man.
People
A
were
lot of time.
coughing.
Yeah, people were coughing like a lot and like asking like, okay, can I go? Like, can I go out? Can I go to the restroom because like, I can't stop? Like,
Get away from me. I'm just gonna move away from Sasha right now.
I mean, I'm
Sit next to
sorry.
my friend Sal, who is a nice Christian Catholic. What are you?
Catholic.
Nice Catholic man.
Oh, Nicole. Oh, Nicole. I don't think you're safe sitting here between us.
I'm talking about the energy right now, not about freaky shit. So I'm talking about this energy.
When you move
You're
it.
just sending the energy to the person, and I think it's more not about it's not about the Satanism at all. It's about more you really like
Focusing.
focused on sending some information in the room right now, and you're not the only one. It's like three people in the room just like cough, and blah 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 something like saying some shit. Dominoes.
Domino's pizza. Domino's
Dominoes, yeah,
pizza.
kind of. Yeah, and the person just like feels this energy.
Oh shit, I'm hungry. Oh my god, I can't stop eating. Give me pizza.
I think the same with your story. It's like
I was
witchcraft.
calling
It's
maybe
witchcraft that making this energy like be rotten or all around the house. It's like a rotten fucking energy, like dark, and everything you can come up in your mind, like whatever. You can be like shit and start thinking about something weird, and you can actually this energy can be a little bit materialized, what I think.
it's interesting that you say that because definitely I have another story that happened now. This is later on. I'm older. I'm probably 22 years old. My friend she left from Guatemala to Barcelona and she left me her angel cards. She said like, "Can you take care of them?" I said,
What is angel
"Angel
card?
cards are They're cards where there's like demons and angels, and each card has like a meaning. And you're supposed to like put them in a
Oh,
certain
it's like
order.
tarot
Like
cards.
kind of like a tarot from angels. And each card has like a meaning, and you can play it. There's different hands of how to play it. Tells you about your future and stuff like that. And I
Okay.
got into it. I started reading the book. Started reading about like what each card meant. I was like really into it, and I started playing in my room with it. And ever since I started playing with the cards, I started having these insane dreams. I would wake up sweating like I wouldn't understand what it was. And I remember the most shocking dream that I had. I don't remember all the dreams I had. I just remember waking up sweating in like agony. But one of the dreams that I had, I saw one of my good friends from where I used to live and where I used to grow up. I saw his father in the corner of my room with yellow eyes and just staring at me like shaking, and he was like, I think he was naked and just shaking like a demonic figure. And I remember the dream being so vivid, and when I woke up, that corner where I saw this man, that was the corner where I had the cards.
Freaky.
I mean, it was super freaky, but it doesn't stop there. Listen to this. I had another dream with my friend. I had a dream that I was walking in the street, and I come to this apartment, and I see this like blocked building out of blocks with a certain kind of flowers, and I go into the fourth floor, walk into like an apartment. I think it was 411 or 415. I don't remember right now, but I told her that day. And I came into the room, and there was turkey, there was potatoes in the table, there was clothes, and then in the room was my friend. She was naked with a man. And then I woke up from my dream, and I remember writing to her on Messenger, being like, "Yo, I had a dream," and she called me, and she was like super freaked out.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, "We ate turkey last night
Okay.
in my apartment, and they got dirty and busy."
You see.
But you see, like it was just like the energy, right? I gave the cards to my mom, and I was like, I don't need this.
It was your mom's card.
No, it was my friend's cards, but I gave them to my mom, and my mom was like, I'm just gonna put them in the closet, you know, just left them there in the
Okay.
closet.
I have another story. So, do you know this Chinese book of changes?
I
Have
do
you
not
heard?
know. No.
Have you heard, Nicole? So this is the book that you have chips, and you would throw chips, and you have numbers, and then you put these numbers. These numbers are kind of like this. How to say it? Just like marks. I don't know. It looks weird. So, and they have the meaning for your result with these chips, and you read this meaning. So I read my meaning, and the main part of it was you should stop. Uh, I was really like slim person at that time, and it was like you should stop eating too much. And I was like, what the fuck? What are you trying to say to me? A book. I couldn't understand what was that. I was okay, and it was in spring, and the upcoming summer for me was kind of like relaxing summer. So I, me and my girlfriend was 100 years ago, went.
Back in the dinosaur
Yeah.
era.
Yeah, so we went somewhere by the seaside, we stayed somewhere, and we would fucking eat a lot. The whole month, we would eat a lot, sleep, and smoke weed.
We would eat a
And
lot and smoke weed
yeah,
and hang out with Fred Flintstone.
kind of shit. And then we would go swim, eat, smoke weed, kind of.
Wait, smoke weed, eating swimming, hanging out with Fred
It
Flintstone.
was better when it was kind of rap part. Eat, eat, swim, smoke. No, swim, eat, smoke weed. Yo, yeah.
What about Freddy?
So wait. So, and I came back from this vacation, and I couldn't stop fucking eat.
The
And
munchies,
I got fat.
So the Chinese, they were telling you
Yeah.
like a secret,
It
like
was truth. I don't know why I'm telling this story, but anyways,
It's a spooky story.
it's interesting.
Zarina, do you have a story to tell us, Zarina? So we have a special guest here tonight. We're hanging out in Sasha's crib. We
Yeah,
have
we're in North Hollywood headquarters for the Gitas, and we have a special guest right now. This is Zarina with Z.
my good friend La Piccolina. She's gonna tell us the story of her ghost encounter. So, can you just share with us what happened, Zarina? What was the story? What was the ghost story behind? But you have to get closer to the microphone, like super close. Like, see how close I have it? Like really close.
So one time I was doing something in like a workbook, and then a year later I looked in the book to like finish something I didn't do, and like before that I did it in pen, and then it was like gone. The page was blank.
Like everything was completely blank.
Yeah.
Everything you worked on,
Yeah.
and you never figured out like what happened. Like you think like somebody in the room maybe like erased it, like an entity, like a.
I don't. There's no such thing as like a pen eraser,
But maybe ghosts have pen erasers.
but we have one. Okay, never mind.
That's a good story.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's better than yours, Nicole. What about your ghost story?
I am from America. We have no ghosts here.
Oh, that is not
Are
true.
you kidding? You have ghosts
Lots of
everywhere.
ghosts.
And like everywhere ghosts in this like freaky hotel in downtown. I know another one in Hollywood. All
The South is full of stories like the mountains. Any
even
place that had
San Diego, man.
Yeah,
They
listen,
have tours in there, like
any
ghost tours. It's
of-
mostly
of-
bullshit, but I mean, they have stories, a lot of stories there. In California, there's a lot of shit. Was
Definitely
happening.
a lot of blood.
A lot
Native
of blood
Americans, and like you know what I mean. There's ghosts here, Madame. Doesn't take away that you're American.
That's why she never saw ghosts.
Well, after hearing your guys' story, I'm lucky that I didn't experience any ghosts. I hope I never experience them. So, why not? They're scary.
I mean, I think it's really smart state of mind when you just like refused even like of this desire, to see something like how special, something like mysterious, because it can fuck you up.
Well, we're gonna leave the stories here. We're gonna come back with a couple of more stories. This was really interesting, actually. I have chicken skin right now. Just remembering and going back. So we're gonna continue, and the next segment is called
Conspiracy, sir.
Conspiracies. My favorite in the world. Okay, guys. For this week's conspiracy, I bring you time travel. So yes, I know. I'm crazy, right? Time traveling. Is it possible or is it only in the movies?
It's possible.
All right. Time travel is an interesting theory. It's confusing as well because we believe that time is a linear moving circumstance or we believe that time is linear. However, there are some theories that suggest that this is not the reality. For example, that we live within 3 dimensions, but there are other universes within 4 or 5 that where time
64.
yeah, 64 dimensions, like Nintendo 64. So Sasha says that there's 64 dimensions. So imagine
At least.
wherever time happens in these dimensions happens completely different, right? According to Einstein with his relativity talked about the speed of light, how the speed of light moves in the spectrum. For example, if you're moving in the speed of light, everything would seem slow to you, but if you would stop, a lot of time has actually passed. So that's how you would move in time, is using the speed
It's
of
like
light.
imagine like turtles, what they see.
They
For real, and they probably think like, oh my god, this like weird entities like fucking flying around.
What's
What are
their-
they doing? Like,
Life
this
is just so
can
chill.
Like,
Stephen, the doctor physicist Stephen Hawking says that you can travel, you can time travel, but only to the future, not to the past because the past already happened. But if
I
you,
don't think so. If you can travel in time, you can travel like whenever you want.
you would create a parallel universe and travel to the past, but it wouldn't be the same universe that you're living right now, which is another interesting subject. But we're just gonna leave it there because we're jumping into the conspiracy part, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll tell you the first one. Girlfriend. The number one conspiracy theory that I bring you today, not the number one. This is my first suggestion or whatever you want to call it. It's the curious case of John Titor. Between 2000 and 2001, an internet user by the name of John Titor posted the following on a forum. Greetings. I am a time traveler from the year 2036. I am on my way home after getting an IBM 5100 computer system from the year 1975. My time machine is a stationary mass temporal displacement unit manufactured by General Electric. The unit is powered by two spin dual positive singularities that produce a standard offset Tipler sensoid. I will be happy to post pictures of the unit. End of post.
Okay, but you just said you can't travel back in time. So he clearly traveled
Well,
back in time.
This is according to Dr. Stephen
But you're contradicting
Hawking.
yourself.
I'm not.
buddy.
I'm saying Stephen Hawking said that
I'm
it
not
cannot
buying
be.
it. Are you buying it?
No.
Well, listen. I have something to tell you to back up this motherfucker story. So, he claimed that he was coming back from 1975, and he was stopping the year 2000 to get a military outfit and a couple of other things to go back into his time. The interesting thing that he said about this computer system, let me read the IBM 5100. He said that the IBM 5100 had a special feature, a dictionary for all the languages installed in the IBM. And then this computer came out in 1975, right? This guy is claiming that this computer has this thing in the year 2000. IBM that year, after this thing happened on the internet, said that it was true, that it had a secret function that nobody knew, just people inside of the company. I mean, it could have been a secret that was passed down, but again, it left a lot of speculation, right? Open for just for the public to have an opinion. That's my number one. Have another one.
Oh, God.
The self-proclaimed time traveler.
Okay.
So this was on January 28th of 2003. A guy named Andrew Carslin was arrested because he was accused of an insider trading fraud. What happened was that he in the stock market, he invested $800 on the stocks and businesses, right? And in 2 weeks, he made those $800 into $350 million in 2 weeks. So the police, of course, and the FBI came and investigated him. And the story that he gave is super crazy. He admitted that he was a time traveler from the year 2256. And then he came here to like invest. He already knew like
2000 or
2256. So he came
Yeah.
from the future to the past to invest and make money. And I don't know what's the story, but that was the story. He said that he was from this year. Of course, nobody from the police bought this story and just put him in jail. Said this guy's like lying, right? He was in jail for 3
That-
weeks, and then somebody anonymously came and paid a bail of $1 million to get him out of jail. The next day after he came out of bail, he completely disappeared. And they couldn't find trace of this supposedly Andrew Carslin. They couldn't find anything about him.
So what I think about this story is just the really smart freak who would just like think about it a couple years, make this plan. He learned the stocks or whatever, and just made it, and he just told it, yeah, he's a time traveler. Because like who ever want money from that year? Or what? Or you want to like get this money and stay here?
Okay, well, okay, I'll think about a different scenario. Let's say I'm traveling from the year 2256 back to this year, right?
Yeah.
Because I know that, let's say, there's going to be 50 more years left of peace or prosperity, and then the earth's going whatever crazy. I would come here, and if I already know all the history of the stock market, I already know what to invest and what's going to give me money quick. He made $350 million in 2 weeks. Like, he obviously needed money fast, you know?
But probably he realized something. He learned the
Maybe, but
business
the thing is,
somehow.
like, can you understand how many people are working in the stocks? How many people are investing money? I mean, it's
I
a
mean,
really
it's the
hard.
same like about musicians. Some of them are just trying hard for years, and some of them just like be like boom, and in a year like hell, huge. I think it's kind of the same.
Maybe he just hit home run. You think he was just
Yeah,
one of those lucky guys?
I think
Okay,
so.
I can take that. I have one more. Okay, last one. The lady on the phone. There's a scene from Charlie Chaplin's movie, The Circus, that shows a woman in the background walking, holding what it looks like to be a phone and speaking with someone. This movie was released in 1928. Clearly, there was no cell phones at the time. Some people say that she was blocking her face from the sun, but if you look at the video, it looks clearly that she's like, wait, let me show you. It looks clear that she's like walking what it appears to be a cell phone.
Let's check it out.
Yeah, check it out.
I can't see.
You see it? She's passing there, holding. She's passing there in the back. See, right behind the.
Yeah, but I mean, you can tell
Look, look,
whatever.
look, look, look. They're gonna slow it down for you. Look. See?
No,
Come on, look at the video.
I'm looking.
Look at her, the woman. She's holding
Yeah,
something in her phone, like it looks like a phone. Looks like a phone,
no.
and she turns around. They're gonna show you really close. The video is gonna be down in the description, guys. If you guys want to see it as well, you can see that she's holding. Look, she's holding something in her hand. You saw that?
Yeah, but it could
So
be
it looks.
whatever. She can talk and just hold her hand like this, like I'm holding right now, and just be like, "Hey, Johnny, give me my like, I don't know, like lemonade, whatever."
It could have been. It could have been. I mean, it really raised a lot of questions on the internet, and
I would ask
it's
people. I would
interesting.
ask people who listen to us, just check it out and just put some opinions in the comments, cause it's interesting. I would say it's all bullshit.
So we're gonna move on now, and I just want to remind you guys that we're also want to invite you guys to be more active in our podcast. You can comment. You can let us know what you think, and I also want to invite you for next week's podcast. We're gonna be talking about tattoo stories. So and your tattoo stories and concerts. So we just want people to leave in the comment either a picture or a story of your favorite tattoo, or tell us a story of your favorite concert that you guys ever been to, and we can talk about it next week in the podcast for sure. Okay, guys, we're gonna come back to talk a little bit about ghost stories. And Guatemala is a country with a lot of ghost stories, a lot of this mystic energy, and then there's a lot of literature about it. Actually, I grew up reading a lot about ghost stories, and as a kid, I would love to scare my brother and my friends. I would love it. I would love it. There was something that excited me just to see people in fear. That it makes me understand Rob Zombie and Marlon Manson. Like, there's something to see people freaked out. It gives you something. I was a fan of scaring people. Before we move on to the next subject, we also just want to invite every single person who's listening to the podcast, guys. If you have any ghost stories, comment below. Tell us, send us a DM. Any story that you guys have, anything you guys would like to share or would like us talk about it on the podcast regarding your ghost story. We're open. Let us know what you think. So, Sasha, you said you grew up in a place with a lot of mystic energy. Like Guatemala is also a place with a lot of mystic energy, a lot of like weird things happening, especially in the countryside, especially outside of the city. I don't know if you guys. Well, you said there was witches in Chernigiv, right?
Yeah, not only in Chernigiv, all over Ukraine, you can find these ladies.
Oh, I have. Okay, the last story that I have for you guys to share. I was a young kid when my one of my nanny told me this story that in her village there was a man who was cheating on his wife. So the wife found out, and she went to the witch's den or house or palace, whatever. I don't know, den probably. And
Welby?
what?
Dan Wilby? Welby?
And then they asked. Shout out to Dan the man. They asked the lady to please give him some kind of like a disease or something to make him be in pain for what he was doing because he was cheating on his wife, right? So they say that the man started having like a lot of stomach ache and a lot of stomach pain, and they took him to the hospital. And when they took him to the hospital and did X-rays on his stomach, there was snakes, toads, and rocks inside of his stomach. And I remember this story freaked me out as a kid. I was like, oh my god, like they can happen. Like yeah, they just need to like cut a little bit of your hair, and they can do that while you sleep.
Yeah, my grandmother would tell me a lot of stories like this, a lot. And but what I wanted to tell you is a story that happened with me yesterday, just recently, like crazy. So, we were sitting here, the same place with Sal yesterday.
Oh yeah,
All
we're
was
chilling here
good.
in his house in the living
Yeah,
room.
and then like Sal left, and after some times, like after 20 minutes or like 30 minutes, I went to the restroom.
To poo.
A- And I'm coming in and I see that the candle is lighted up. I freaked out because like I was the first thought was kind of like, okay, it's Oksana left it, right, and it's been lighted up for 7 days now. And then like, no, probably maybe it's the ghost. Oh my god! And then I just called Sal and it was Sal. Ta-da!
What if I've told you that wasn't me? I could have played a prank on you.
You should have
Sasha.
played. You should have
No,
played
man, it
this
wasn't
game,
me.
man.
You'd have been
Yeah, you should
freaked
have
out.
played, man. Yeah, it's
Damn
like,
it.
what?
I lighted up. Yeah, I went to the bathroom before.
But you
And
didn't tell me. Like, can you imagine?
I was a,
We.
oh, lit it.
It's lit.
Lit.
It's lit.
It's lit. What do we say, Nicole?
It's lit.
Lit.
It's lit. It's good. It's bueno. Sí, señor. Ah. Nicole hates the podcast. She's just sitting here being miserable. Hi, sir. Do you like the podcast, Arena? She's bored.
Okay,
We're gonna move on now.
the next part of the show is the my part, and it's called "Song for a Day, Fool for a Lifetime." Um, what?
Song for a day, playlist for a lifetime.
I know.
Do.
Okay, so the first song is for Monday, and for Monday we're gonna have back the song called Dreams. This guy always making something interesting
Beck?
new. Back, yeah. I would say it's the one of those artists who actually really influenced me as well. And this is the new record, and the record is good. I would say it's an amazing record. It's controversive a little
Controversial record.
bit, controversive
Controversy.
with the genres, I would say. But I love it, and you should check this song. It's an amazing.
I just want to
one.
cut you off for a little second, just to remind everybody who's listening. Sasha's segment, Song for a Day, Playlist for a Lifetime. He's bringing you every week a song for each day of the week, so you guys can check it out and maybe vibe with it depending on what you're doing. So
Why you wanna say
Just so people know, there's people there who don't know what you're doing right now.
Okay. So Tuesday, thank you, Captain. Okay, the for Tuesday we have Gold Link, the song called Spectrum. This is more like a dancing one, so just start dancing on Tuesday after a dancing Monday. And on Wednesday we have an United Vibrations, the song called Rocksteady. This is new stuff
Rocksteady.
and Rocksteady, and it's an amazing song that starts really slow and mellow and comes to amazing dance piece. For Thursday we have Zeal and Ardor. That's the band that combined black metal, um, gospel, and rock and roll.
Amazing. It's really
and
cool.
and it's really cool, and the main theme of songs usually is about Satan and slavery and everything like this dark. It's an amazing band. I think it's really like a modern way uh, to approach the rock music. I had an idea. Remember, I told you the idea to have the song just be mellow and then in the chorus be like fucking black metal. They did it for me. Thank you guys. Zeal and Ardor coming down. The next day is Friday, and for Friday we have Cold Cut feed Roots Maneuver. This is an amazing, super amazing song, but the problem is I don't remember how it's called. So we will need to check it out. Check it. Okay, so yeah, the song called Only Heaven, and it's a good one. It's a good one for everybody who knows this band Cold Cut. Do you know the band Cold Cut?
I don't.
Nicole, do you?
I know the
Ooh.
cult, but not cold cult.
Oh my God, Cold Cut.
Cold cut.
I know the ones they sell at the grocery store.
You what?
Cold cuts, the meats.
Okay, so
Oh my god.
these people,
Brrrda. Everybody's dying in the audience. Oh my god. Give me my money back, Nicole.
these people knows only rise against asking Alexandria and all these bullshit bands, right, guys? Seven Dust, or how it's
Five finger
your-
death punch.
Yeah, so they don't know they don't know shit about Cold Cut. Cold Cut is a legendary electronic band from the little past, but it's still doing amazing stuff. And Roots Maneuver is
Love
singer.
that name, Roots Maneuver.
So yeah,
You say
It's
it
an
like a
am-
Jamaican. Roots Maneuver.
right.
Why? I'm just being Jamaican.
Okay, it's a racist show called.
Roots Maneuver.
Okay, guys, we're moving to Saturday. Saturday. And for this day, we have a Burial, one of my favorite artists. Burial's gonna bring us a song called Near Dark. It's an amazing piece, relaxing but dancey. Great for Saturday after the Friday party when you trying to make yourself breakfast, or maybe you moving to some kind of lunch time and you have chili
Beans.
beans
Chili
and
beans.
just check the Burial near dark bitch. And as
The day of the Lord.
as the conspiracy Sal said about this day of the Lord, this the Sunday, the day of sun, right?
Hallelujah.
Yeah,
Hallelujah.
and I always do it, always the second time in a row, collecting songs for you, which is exactly matches this day, and this song is
What?
gonna be. What?
We,
The-
we
the-
both
the
we
day-
were both in the same. Like what? Nicole? What went through your mind? Can you please tell me?
I just never understand what he's saying.
Why? Because
You're
I'm
speaking Japanese, I think. Japanese
shut up.
English.
Because I'm too old.
For Nicole.
for Nicole. I'm from that old television, baby.
Soviet Union, baby.
Anyways, for Sunday, we have an amazing song from Ananda Shankar called Ragupati.
Anushka Shankar.
You, Anushka Shankar. I
Whoa.
said Ananda Shankar.
Oh, are you Anushka Shankar? Nanda Shankar.
Yeah, so check this out. Check this everything out, and you're gonna have the song for every day your next week. And if you wanna make just a playlist out of this one and listen for every day, you can do it as well. What a most beautiful part of this show is you can collect uh, every set of songs that we're making every week and have a huge and amazing bunch of music to listen to on the party and buy.
Guys, make sure to check our social media,
What are
like I
you
always
fucking
talking about.
doing?
In the description below, you can find Sasha's playlist. You can also follow all the articles for the Conspiracy Sal
Because
and
it's
everything that we're
been
talking. You
3
can find
years.
all the description down
3 years
below.
or
It's all
what?
there. It's all there, guys. Right now, Nicole's dying right now. She's having a laugh attack. She's like 3 years. I can understand anything you say. You're,
What I can
oh
understand.
God,
I can understand.
guys.
I'm trying to be serious in here. Like I'm delivering songs for you, not for you anymore.
So, guys, we want to close this podcast talking about the next song that we're going to play for you guys from our record, Beverly Kills. You can find it at iTunes Music, on Spotify. It's also on YouTube. The next song we're going to talk about, it's called For Free. So, Sasha, can you start by telling us the lyrics are for free? What inspired? What inspired you to write the majestic lyrics? Uh,
Uh,
uh, uh. So we want to go deeper and talk about for free.
yes. You can check actually lyrics where anywhere.
We have them up
We have
on
we have on
Facebook.
Facebook.
They're also up on iTunes Music
Yeah. So this lyrics, I would
or
say,
the webpage.
this conception is about relationship between not only man and woman, but between people, and everything what's going on in this relationship is like using each other, right? This is the old theme, people using each other, and nothing is for free. If you think that you got something, you're gonna pay for this. If you think that something came to you as a gift from the sky or something like this, no, you're gonna pay for it. So nothing is for free. N- Anything, any desire you want, you should pay for this. Any position you want, you should pay for this. You want to be a musician, you should practice a lot. So this is the payment, right?
You want
So
to be
you
a
want
doctor, whatever you do.
you want to
There's
be a donor,
investment,
yeah. The
sacrifice.
payment is, yeah. You should pay for this. You should pay with time, with money, with
Energy
sometimes with respect, sometimes with life. Sometimes you pay
with your life.
with your life, yeah. So and this is basically the song about you should be really careful with your desires. You should be really careful for what you are looking for and what is the goal for you, and not to lose yourself on the way or even die. Remember, nothing is for free, and pay or
Leave.
no or leave or know that you're gonna pay
Pay or leave.
whatever you want. Or I would say in a relationship, if you treat somebody not right, it's not for free too.
It's gonna come
You're
back
gonna
and
pay
bite you
for
in the
that.
ass.
You're gonna, yeah.
Karma's a bitch, baby.
Oh yeah, for free.
Definitely for free is one of our favorite songs to play live. I would say it's always on every set. High powered energy song. Really, really loud with great guitar tones, with great fuzz. Both guitar and bass are fuzzed out. I think it was one of the first songs that we actually jammed and came out when we started writing the Beverly Hills record, I think it was one of the first songs that we've actually finished. It came quick, I remember, actually.
Yeah.
The concept and everything, putting it up together in the rehearsal room was magic, and it was easy. And I have nothing else to say more than definitely it's one of my favorite songs from the record, and it's one of my favorite songs to play live. So with further ado, ladies and gentlemen, this is For Free by the Gitas. Thank you so much for sticking around. Rock and roll us.
Hear you next week. Bye.
This is me, who makes you a queen, who makes you swing like never before. This is you, who has never been true, playing a fool, gaining the score. Tasting me like blood in your mouth, I'll show you around, beautiful South. This is me, who makes you spin, take it on the chin. You know what I mean, you'll never get it for free. You'll never get it for free. You'll never get it. This is me, who's nothing to fear, who makes it all clear like never before. This is you, painted in blue, without remorse, fighting the war. Say goodbye to the moon and the stars. I'll make you freak out, I'll show you my scars. Turn to God, repent all your sins, stick it on the chin. You know what I mean, you'll never get it for free. You'll never get it for free. You'll never get it. You'll never get it for free. You'll never get it for free.